let's kick on with the team news as the sides are about to get underway. Paul Cox, of course, added a signing to his squad earlier. He signed Adam Chapman on loan from Oxford United. He's here until the end of the season. He comes in to debut in the heart of midfield, whilst Extus Geoghegan comes in to partner Luke Jones at the back. So Richie Sutton and Chris Clements go out. The Stag side tonight is Alan Marriott in goal, a back four right to left of Lee Beavers, Luke Jones, Extus Geoghegan and James Jennings. A midfield four of Louis Briscoe, Adam Murray, Adam Chapman and Junior Daniel, with Lee Stevenson playing just behind Matt Green. So we go from a 4-2-3-1 formation to a flat 4-4-1-1 with Stevenson just behind Matt Green in attack. More on that though as the evening goes on. The teams go into their huddles. Do apologise if there's any fluffing or anything in these next 45 minutes. We're very, very unorganised here tonight due to our ongoing technical issues. And with that unorganised, I've actually forgot to get a pen out the bag, so I'm without a pen this evening. But that doesn't matter as the sides are about to get underway. The Stags looking to close down on that title. They will go from left to right, Woking from right to left. It is the Stags in amber and blue striped shirts, amber shorts and blue socks, which will get us underway at the Kingfield Stadium here tonight against Woking FC, who are currently placed in 10th position in the league table. Back it goes to Lee Beavers, right back first and foremost. Beavers looking to launch long upfield, and it will be a long ball which trickles all the way out of play for a Woking goal kick, which will be taken in a second by goalkeeper Seb Brown on loan from AFC Wimbledon, of course. Just under 20 seconds or so gone. Goal kick to Woking FC. Forgot who we're playing them for a second. Gives it away. There's a massive stand away to my right, which has WFC in the seats. Extus Geoghegan with his first dominant header away from that goal kick. Green. Now Murray clips wide to that left-hand side looking for Junior Daniel. Brings it down well. Daniel in space. Low ball in towards the middle. Deflected away. Back to Daniel's feet though. Daniel driving forward. Left foot across in towards the mix. And behind the play it goes for a Stags corner. This is where we panic because we're not going to pen out and we need to write down these corners and what have you. I'm sure I'll be able to borrow a pen in a second or so. Thank you very much to my able assistant who somehow pulls out another pen out of her pocket. She must have pens in her pocket aplenty. Stags corner then, away to our right. It's going to be Jennings. It's going to be a right-footed ball in from Chapman, actually, and it will be headed away and will trickle out of play for another Stags corner. So Mansfield with two corners in quick succession. Can't really see as it comes down this near side, to be fair, because there are a few supporting poles which block our view somewhat. James Jennings this time comes across to take this resulting corner. It will be a left-footed in-swinger. Chapman with a right-footed in-swinger from that far side. Chapman, of course, on his debut. Jennings then with this left-footed in-swinger towards the middle. Headed away. It might fall on the edge of the box for a Stags man, but headed away. Beavers will pump it back forward. Looking for Jennings over on that far side again. Finds him. Jennings looking to twist and turn. Does well, but it's out of play for a Stags throw, which will be taken by Adam Chapman in a second. Now he's going to leave it for Lee Beavers. So Stags with two players on the pitch that, of course, can launch long ones in towards the area. Lee Beavers being one, Extus Geoghegan the other, playing at the heart of the Stags defence this evening. Do apologise if the connection is a little bit poor in some areas as Lee Beavers launches in a first long throw of the night. Up it goes towards Stevenson, headed away, back out wide for Lee Beavers. Clip cross in towards the middle, up towards that back stick, headed away once again. Chapman looking to get on the edge of the box as Murray heads it back in. Away once more from Woking, and Kevin Betsy picks up on the halfway line, charging forward now, looking to counter-attack for Woking. Neat ball down to that far side. Extus Geoghegan has work to do up against the big number 9 Bradley Bubb, and Geoghegan does just about enough to get the ball away as the main stand lights go out here in the main stand. We have been told that at some point tonight there may be a power cut due to a power failure earlier in the evening. If the floodlights do go out, the referee will allow 15 minutes for Woking to get the floodlights back up and working before making a decision on the remainder of the game. But at the moment the floodlights are shining bright and providing the backdrop as Stags look to come forward again. But headed away once more, up into the air it goes. Woking coming forward through Buff, but Murray with a foot in, and then Louis Briscoe gets it back to Lee Beavers under a bit of pressure and pumps long down the right hand side looking for Green. Good take from the Stag striker, but taken off him well by the number 26 John Nutter, the former Lincoln captain, and his ball forward has not been headed away by Lee Beavers, and it sees Louis Briscoe judged to have fouled in the centre of the park, so it's a free kick for Woking. The referee's going to pull the ball back here slightly as we look to try and Stags look to try and win the ball back. They do so from that free kick, and it's Chapman who launches a long ball forward. His range of passing similar to that of Gary Roberts, who of course departed the club earlier in January to join Florina on loan over in Malta for the remainder of the campaign. Adam Chapman coming in to wear the number 27 shirt, once occupied by youngster Adam Soms. As Luke Jones heads away a long ball forward, James Jennings scampers back into the left-back position to try and clear, deflects off a Woking man, and then Geoghegan there to try and push away. Once more forward from Woking FC, and Geoghegan's been turned just to the left of the area. He does enough to get a foot on the ball, though, as the ball goes out of play for a throw over on that far side. We've played 5 minutes. If you are catching this on mtfcmatters.co.uk through Wavestream, please do let us know. 07804 1566 37 is the text number. Or you can tweet us at MTFC Matters, same if you are listening on 106.9 FM or takeover106.co.uk this evening. Woking appealing for a foul after Murray was judged to have shoved Betsy on the edge of the area, but the referee said nothing doing, and it's going to be a goal kick only for the Stags as the ball trickles out of play. Again, very difficult to see from the press position here this afternoon. Forgot how difficult it was actually to see here last time. Last season I was sat right on the edge, so I could nip towards the stairs, but this season I'm a few more seats in. Last season, of course, it was Hayes and Yelling who the Stags faced here. Of course, on the ground show with Woking. Here's Jennings, chips the ball down the left channel, looking for the onrushing Green, but good take from the goalkeeper, Seb Brown. And once more, it is he who will launch forward. Stags don't win it on the halfway line, looking to settle into that 4-4-1-1-1, but not doing so as Bradley Bubb comes away, charging forward, inside it goes, neat little backheel flick, and with Lee Beavers the man on the edge of the box, the furthest back for the Stags, it's he whom clears. Big ball forward from him, and out of play over on that far side for a Woking throw, which will be taken by the right back Adam Newton in a second or so. In comes the ball to the midfield, and Lee Beavers is there to stab away. Good block from Chapman, and now Matt Green will look to pick up on the edge of the box. Can't quite do so, and again it's cleared from the captain Mark Ricketts. Big ball forward, and it should be dealt with by Beavers at right back as it trickles out of play for a throw-in just out of our view. Beavers with the ball just off the touchline, out of our view as I say. Launches a long one down towards the halfway line, headed out of play once more, and again it's another Stag throw. Lee Beavers just wanting free kick there for a foul on Louis Briscoe, but the referee, who is tonight, whose name has escaped me, who's tonight Lee Sorby, says no, and it will be another Stags throw only. It's another one launched down the right-hand side from Lee Beavers, again headed away. Stags need to pick this up. Jones heads forward, Murray and Chapman trying to get there. Jennings in there to clip forward with his right boot. Green the furthest forward inside the box, but can't jump higher than Seb Brown as the loney goalkeeper jumps high to collect that loose ball. It will be he now who delivers downfield, right-footed, out of his hands, should be dealt with by James Jennings in the air. It's brought down, but by the Woking man and not Jennings. He finds a pass in towards the centre of the park for Mark Ricketts. Looks to try and get a long ball down that right-hand side, and again it's Jennings who mops up, but picked up by Woking once more. Strong challenge this time from Chapman, but the ball again runs out of play over on that far side for a Woking throw. Was meant to have Scott Rogers with us this evening, but of course the ongoing coverage problems means that I'm using my phone to predominantly broadcast tonight, which means it's only me that can broadcast without particular problems. As a back pass to Alan Marriott nearly sold him short, but Marriott shows good skill here to get clear and then launches down the left-hand side. The ball goes out of play for a throw, but Marriott was put in real trouble there from a pass from the midfield and did just about enough to ensure it got away. The Stags dug out right in front of us tonight. Paul Cox, Andy Todd and Richard Cooper all stood there together discussing tactics and trying to assess where Mansfield's next move will come from. They're defending at the moment as Woking have a throw in line with the edge of the Stags box. Jennings battling well against Kevin Betsy, but Betsy still getting the better of him and taking it down that far side, cutting inside now, going into a more central position, trying to find a pass, rolls it across to this near side for John Nutter, the former Lincoln skipper. Ball forward to return Bubb. Louis Briscoe there to take it off his toes and launch forward, but the ball's gone out of play for a Woking throw once more. As I say, very difficult to see what happens when it comes down this near side. It's at times like this when you wish that you was maybe an inch or so taller to see over the seats, but there you go. Nothing that you can do about that whatsoever. You're listening to Takeover Radio 106.9 FM, and of course, mtfcmatters.co.uk. If you are catching it on there tonight, please do let us know. 07804 1566 37. Apologies for the lacking, for the poor broadcast coverage in some parts. We will try and rectify that problem as soon as we can. Woking throw, taken to the edge of the box, looking for Bradley Bubb. Was he fouled by Murray? The referee says yes, and this is a free kick in a dangerous position here. And again, it's going to be the Stags who will have to defend. So Woking enjoying the early spells of pressure with 10 minutes played. Free kick for Woking FC, some 25 yards from the Mansfield goal, just to the left of the area as we look at it, away to our left, in front of the home fans who pile in behind that short terrace behind that goal. Stags fans over on that far side, stretching from corner flag to corner flag, but they're open to the elements tonight. It is raining a little bit. Some with umbrellas there trying to shield themselves, others just accepting their fate. It will be John Nutter who stands over this free kick. 10 minutes on the clock. Woking 0, Mansfield 0. You're locked in to Takeover Radio 106.9 FM. Can the Stags survive this early set piece? Good ball in as well by Nutter, but headed away by Luke Jones, but pumped back in towards the box and played forward towards that far side. Opportunity for a cross. Good ball in towards the middle. Stags need to deal with it, and Junior Daniel on the edge of the Mansfield box turns well before charging down this near right-hand side. Needs to find the pass. He's only got Green in support. Stevenson up there as well. Daniel cutting inside and going it alone. This is an excellent run from Daniel. Was he upended there? The referee says no, although I thought he was. Murray picks up the second ball and now finds Beavers on this near side. Beavers back inside for Murray, who has his former Oxford teammate Adam Chapman alongside him tonight. Murray with a deep ball into the box, looking for Stevenson, nods it down, looking for Junior Daniel, and stabbed away by Joe McNerney at the heart of the Woking defence. That was a good move from Mansfield. Pressured well. Now we'll start again as Geoghegan finds Chapman in the middle, but it's a heavy touch from Chapman, and Woking pick up possession through Mark Ricketts. Ricketts looking to try and find a pass. Geoghegan blocking off, but again it falls to this near side for Mike Sester. Sester back inside for Bradley Bubb, and across to that far side it goes once more. Woking stretching the game and having Mansfield stretched. Crossing towards the boxes, blocked by Adam Chapman. And again it's Woking in possession, midway between the halfway line and the edge of the Stags box, more towards the halfway line now, as it's back with Mark Ricketts with the captain. Deep cross from the right back of Adam Newton, headed away by Lee Beavers. Louis Briscoe needs to pick it up but can't do so as John Nutter's in possession. Strokes a pass forward. Lee Beavers though doing enough to put off the front man of Bradley Bubb, who is typed on the team sheet as Bradley Budd. So it's not Budd, it is actually Bradley Bubb, which you can see on the matchday programme. We'll make sure that we correct that on our team sheet tomorrow when we put that on our website, mtfcmatters.co.uk. Service as normal on that, match reports, audio highlights and what have you, providing the audio is actually recording onto our device. Tonight I do believe it is though, and we'll get more on that as and when we can. Here is Lee Beavers trying to play a ball forward for Lee Stevenson. Inside for Beavers once again, but it's one back in the midfield from Woking, and they charge forward at a canter down this near side. Comes Kevin Betsy cutting inside now. Pass across that far side. He's good towards Bradley Bubb. Inside the box, Bubb will shoot, and Alan Marriott's well positioned to save it, but the Stags cut apart down this near side. Good intricate work from Kevin Betsy. Showed quick feet to get against Lee Beavers. Cut inside and found a splitting pass in towards the middle. But again, it was a shot which went straight at Alan Marriott. Marriott again, the Stags keeper, well positioned, as Woking will try and come away down this near side. It's going to be Stags who will try and win it in the midfield through Briscoe. Woking again pick it up through their captain, and it will be a free kick for Woking FC once more. So another foul made by the Stags. 07804 1566 37 is the number if you wish to text us tonight. I know we have just had one text come through, so we'll try and read that in a second or so, but the wire just got caught down at the bottom, and in doing that the microphone lead here as well nearly went a bit skew-iff, but hopefully that should be fine and up and running now. Another free kick for Woking. Stags not happy at this as they're continuing to concede free kicks, and it says text coming through saying coming through loud and clear, but no this on where it's coming through from. Is it mtfcmatters.co.uk or takeover106.co.uk? If you could please let us know on that. Another question saying, what's Chapman playing like? We'll tell you that after we saw this free kick from Woking FC. It's again John Nutter will take just to the left of the Stags box. Marriott making himself big in the 6-yard box. Every other player between the 6-yard box and the edge of the area. Swung in again by Nutter. Good left foot delivery up towards the back stick where there's a foul this time made on Exeter and it will be a Stags free kick. What is Chapman playing like? In my opinion, not really had seen enough of him to judge him. He gave the ball away a minute or so ago, but of course only met up with his teammates today. Always a difficult one when you meet up with your teammates on the day of a game. So there is a little bit of that in there as well. But as the game progresses, we'll bring you up to date on that. Chapman yet to get relatively involved. A few long passes which have gone astray, and that's one where he gave the ball away early on. So far, quiet alongside Adam Murray. Stags in a 4-4-1-1 tonight rather than that 4-2-3-1. A long ball forward from Woking is hoofed clear by Luke Jones and then headed away by Woking again. Lee Beavers with a long ball forward. Lee Stevenson latching onto the end of it. Stevenson to the right of the box has to slide to keep Stags in possession. Stags have had 2 early corners, remember, but don't get a third there as Woking clear. Murray picks it up. He's got Chapman to his left and Beavers to his right. Stevenson to his right as well. It's Beavers who Murray picks out though. Beavers inside for Stevenson. Wide for Louis Briscoe. Briscoe looking to drive forward. Stevenson support. Neat back heel from Briscoe. Stevenson left-footed swinging cross all towards the back post where Junior Daniel lurks, and it's headed behind for a Stags corner. Another Stags corner, their third of the match so far. With 15 minutes on the clock, the chance of yellows coming from behind that goal where there's a section of Stags supporters who have taken to choose to sit down this evening. It will be Adam Chapman then to deliver this corner. It will be a right-footed in-swinger over on that far side. Chapman with the ball in towards the front post, headed away. Might find Jennings on the edge of the box. Has to bring it down. Needs to send the ball wide again, but hoofed back down the middle. Gehegan looking to latch on the end of it, but the keeper, Seb Brown, will watch it all the way out of play for a goal kick. And once again, it's Stags who maybe tonight just aren't getting the rub of the green. Another good testing ball, it has to be said, from Adam Chapman. Got a lot of pace and power behind it, but just didn't pick out one of his teammates, which is concerning. Gehegan misses a header in the middle. He's beaten in the air by Jaden Stockley, and coming forward again, a Woking, clipping the ball down this near left-hand channel, looking for Bradley Bubb to give chase. Lee Beavers doing well and turning him and then clearing with his left boot, but the ball again goes out of play for a throw, which will be taken again by John Nutter, the Woking FC man, playing at left back tonight. Inside it goes. It's on the edge of the Stags box. Opportunity for a shot here, but twisting and turning well is the Woking man of Kevin Betsy, and then Louis Briscoe there to clear. Kevin Betsy wanting a penalty for that coming together, but the referee, who was well positioned, says no. A Woking long ball through the middle again is collected by Alan Marriott, and once more it will be the Stags shot stopper who will release the ball up park and get Stags moving once again. On the edge of the box at the moment he is. Marriott right-footed, long ball forward towards Green it goes, flicked on. Stevenson inside the box looks to try and get on the end of it, but a backwards header towards the keeper. Sees Seb Brown once again collects that loose ball, and it will be he who will deliver momentarily to try and get Woking moving once again. It's a very drab and very dull game so far. Woking, for my money, perhaps the better of the two sides so far tonight. The Stags, with 2 changes from Saturday's win over AFC Telford, need to start clicking soon as Matt Green gives chase. Again, he's still isolated up top there for me. I don't think 4-4-1-1 suits Lee Stevenson as well as 4-2-3-1 does. Of course, in 4-2-3-1, that gives you players either side of Stevenson in Junior Daniel and Louis Briscoe, but of course they in deeper roles tonight, more on the halfway line as Lee Beavers is closed down, the ball run out of play for a goal kick there. That 4-4-1-1 formation, which many press reports suggest that the Stags have been playing for a long time now, which clearly when you watch the highlights and you look at the way the sides line up after a goal kick or a free kick over, it's clearly not. But tonight it certainly is a flat 4-4-1-1. 4 players across the halfway line pretty much for the Stags tonight, with Stevenson just behind Matt Green. Green still isolated and not getting much service tonight. Stevenson, though, has looked lively when he's got the ball, but he's had little chance to impress tonight as Lee Beavers has to scamper back to defend his own clearance, which clattered off a Woking man. The ball will trickle out of play for a goal kick, though, at the other end. So a very drab encounter 18 minutes on the clock. Ticking over to 19 now. Woking 0, Mansfield 0. You're listening to Takeover Radio 106.9 FM. And of course, hopefully, mtfcmatters.co.uk will tweet updates on goals and what have you if and when they happen tonight. Of course, last night was a night which had indifferent results for the Stags, with leaders Wrexham winning at home to Ebbsfleet by 4-1. Second place Kidderminster dropped away at Gateshead though, while York City, as they lost by 2-0, whilst Newport won in the last minute at Hereford. Latest score is Macclesfield 0, Lincoln 0 tonight. Grimsby also won away at Forest Green Rovers, which means the Stags went down to 5th place. At the moment, as Murray's in possession for the Stags, plays a ball forward for Stevenson on the edge of the box, looking to try and create. Stevenson twisting and turning. Green, back wide for Briscoe, creates some space. Here's Louis Briscoe, ball across the middle, flashed across the face of goal. Seb Brown got nothing off it, but that was, again, another dangerous chance for the Stags. Stevenson and Green interchanging after Murray's stroked pass. Briscoe down the right-hand side from Green's pass, drove against his fullback and flashed an effort across the face of goal. And there's nobody there to get on the end of it. Probably far too quick to get on the end of it. Far too fast a ball for anyone to connect with. But the Stags will try and come forward again. This time through Junior Daniel from Matt Green's pass. Daniel down the left channel, tries to get a cross in towards the box, and it's deflected behind for Mansfield's 4th corner of the evening. Take over 106.co.uk and hit listen live tonight if you are struggling to get us on mtfcmatters.co.uk. Apologies for the inconvenience caused. Another Stags corner. Adam Chapman steps up, right foot in swinger towards the back stick where Luke Jones is climbing, headed away. Murray will try and win possession back just to the right of the box here, pressuring the Woking man well, and sees the ball guide of play for a throw. Interesting that Gahegan has stayed in the middle for this one rather than go across to take the throw, and he will leave Lee Beavers to take the resulting throw. It will be a long one, of course, and in line with the edge of the area, it will be Lee Beavers who launched it in towards the middle, flicked in towards the mix, headed away. Junior Daniel from distance, and it's not far wide of the target from the edge of the box, really. Lee Beavers long throw in towards the middle, headed away by the Woking man, and then it was Junior Daniel who had an effort. Snapshot on the edge of the box, left-footed half volley, wider of the mark than initially thought, but still an effort for the Stags on 21 minutes. Goal kick from Seb Brown is headed away by Jones and then brought down by Chapman. Down wide for Lee Beavers. Was he caught late? The referee says he was, and that's Mansfield's 2nd free kick of the night, and a word in the ear of the Woking man as Simon Murphy, the Stags physio, prepares to come on and give Lee Beavers any treatment that he may require. That chance from Junior Daniel on 21 minutes from a Lee Beavers throw. See Stags get a free kick. It's be Alan Marriott who will take the resulting effort. Let's just make a note of that effort if we can. Junior Daniel on 21 minutes with the effort from a Lee Beavers throw, which flashed wide of the target. We were tweeting at the time, so didn't write that down, so we'll make a note of that now. And it will be a Stags free kick in a second or so. 07 804 15 66 37 if you want to get in touch tonight. Lee Beavers long throw, headed away, and then Junior Daniel from the edge of the box, belting wide. And it will be a Stags free kick in a moment, but Lee Beavers getting extensive treatment once more from Simon Murphy, the Stags physio. Lee Beavers, a man who's chipped a tooth, cracked a rib, and dislocated his shoulder in recent matches, but he's on his feet now and looks like he'll be okay. Looks a little bit dazed, has that confused expression around his person, but Simon Murphy says he's played on with a broken with a dislocated shoulder and cracked ribs. He'll be all right. Alan Marriott to take the resulting free kick for Mansfield Town then, which will be right-footed, midway between the edge of his box and the halfway line, towards the edge of the Woking box. Now on that far side, it's Junior Daniel looking to come forward again. Ball will trickle out of play, and this time we'll go for a goal kick. Stags send Richie Sutton to warm up just as a precaution. Richie Sutton, of course, dropped from the lineup today after playing at centre half against AFC Telford United on Saturday afternoon. Takeover Radio 106.9 all across Ashfield and around the world on takeover106.co.uk. It's Woking 0, Stags 0. Apologies for the pathetic errors in the broadcast tonight. But Woking coming forward now through Jaden Stockley. Tries to play a pass in towards the box for Bradley Bubb. And the ball will go behind and will trickle out of play for Woking's first corner of the encounter. So we'll make a note of that on our sheet. 24 minutes of the game played. It's Woking 0, Mansfield Town 0. But it's a corner for Woking, which is taken left-footed outswinger, headed away at the front post by Adam Chapman, but picked up by the captain, Mark Ricketts. Into the box it goes, a nodded header towards goal, but Alan Marriott again well positioned to hold on to that rather tame header from the Woking man. Marriott in goal for the Stags. A back four of Beavers, Jones, Gehegan and Jennings. A midfield four of Briscoe, Murray, Chapman and Daniel, with Stevenson just behind Green. The substitutes for the Stags tonight are Matt Reed, Nick Wrights, Lyndon Meikle, Richie Sutton and Chris Clements. As Woking come forward again. Luke Jones there to clear up towards Daniel, flicked inside, nodded down by Green. Stevenson couldn't quite pick it up, and again it's Woking who come through the middle. Gehegan steps up to try and pressure the Woking man, but it's still Woking who managed to switch the ball across that left-hand side. And just playing it across part now and keeping possession well, to be honest, in what is a rather tame and not well fought encounter so far. Stags need to maybe step things up a gear if they want to take the lead in this game. Woking come forward, Lee Beavers to step in and win possession back for the Stags. Now to Briscoe, domineering down this near right hand side, but stopped in his tracks well by John Nutter, and again picked up by Woking, who play a ball into the midfield but stopped by Lee Beavers, again picked up by Kevin Betsy. A cross-pot ball across that far side for the lively number 9, Bradley Budd. An opportunity now for him to drive against James Jennings. Budd goes past Jennings and whips the ball in towards the middle, across the face of the Stags' goal. And a oh so dangerous one it was as well, because lurking at this near post was Mike Sester, who was so unlucky not to get a toe on the end of that. Applauded by Gary Hill, the Woking boss, and his assistants. But Stags management team of Paul Cox, Richard Cooper and Andy Todd all in deep conversation. Stags need to tighten things up and maybe up the other end try and steal a goal, as Adam Murray launches the instructions to Matt Green. Needs to drop a little bit deep to try and pick up possession. Murray himself gives possession away now. It's on the edge of the box for Bradley Bubb. Inside the area it is. Bradley Bubb with a shot, deflected up and deflected away by James Jennings for a corner. Stags in real lumber again at the back and just not switching on at all. Lee Beavers' attempt to ball forward, one back in the midfield by Woking. Adam Murray's attempt to block didn't come off, and it was picked up by Kevin Betsy, central on the edge of the Stags box. Sent a crisp pass in towards Bradley Bubb, and it was his effort which deflected off James Jennings, and behind play for a corner. Left-footed ball in from Nutter. Good ball as well up towards the back stick. Not dealt with by Stags. Second ball needs to be nodded down in towards the mix, and Marriott, amongst the mitts of bodies, will cling on to that loose ball eventually. Marriott now releases early, looking for Adam Chapman, the furthest forward for the Stags. Turns well, but again he's marked well by Mark Ricketts, and it's Ricketts who does well enough to shepherd the ball out of play for a throw-in to Woking. 28 minutes gone. It's Woking 0, Mansfield Town 0. You're locked in to Takeover Radio 106.9 FM, bringing you the latest on the Stags all across Ashfield, and of course on mtfcmatters.co.uk and takeover106.co.uk as well. Another free kick there for a foul by Stags on the Woking man. So again, Stags' opportunity to come forward goes astray once again, and it will be Nutter who will take this resulting free kick for Mansfield Town. It'll be a left-footed ball forward from John Nutter towards the edge of the Stag spot, where Luke Jones has missed his header, and a poor clearance from Gehegan nearly sees Bradley Bubb get in, but Lee Beavers there to rescue things and eventually clears left-footed up towards Green. Now Murray inside the centre circle. Heavy touch from him. Needs to clip it wide for the advancing James Jennings. Another awful ball from Adam Murray. Sees the ball go out of the play for a Stags throw. Again, there's nobody really taking control of things in midfield. Somebody needs to step up and try and pull the strings for the Stags. Throw for Woking over on that far side. Long one down the the right-hand side. Flicked on Geoghegan there, the furthest back for Stags. Left-footed clearance, looping from him, up in towards the air it goes. And out of play for a Woking throw. This is becoming tediously boring now as Woking clip a ball forward through Jack Parkinson. Woking appealing for a free kick, and this time not getting it, but James Jennings taking off the ball. And now it's forward for Chapman, who tries to play a ball down the Stags left-hand side. But again, it goes out of play for a throw. But this time it's gone Mansfield's way with 29 on the clock. It will be James Jennings who will take this Stags throw. First time that Exeter Geoghegan has played alongside James Jennings, by the way. And one of the first times that he's played alongside Luke Jones. In fact, if memory serves me correct, the last time these two played together at the heart of the Stags defence was that awful night which everybody wants to forget in Matlock as the Stags crashed out of the FA Trophy in the round 1 replay. And again, Stags can't win possession in the Woking half, and Woking allowed to clear easily. Luke Jones the furthest back for the Stags and sends a sweeping pass back to Marriott and back short for Luke Jones. Didn't want it. Jones will clear right-footed, but will it go to a Stags man? Murray easily beat in the air, but pushed in the back this time around, and it will go for a Stags free kick, which will again be taken by probably James Jennings. Stags' left back. A very tame encounter so far tonight. We've played half an hour. It's Woking 0, Stags 0. Bit of drizzle in the air over on that far side, which is trickling down onto a travelling support of what can be described as less than 100. You're watching on over on that far side. Jennings slips, he hits that resulting free kick, but still goes up to the edge of the box. Geoghegan, now Stevenson, looking for Louis Briscoe. Briscoe, clip ball in towards the back stick. Can then somebody get on the end of it? No, they can't. It might be brought down now for a shot, and it's not far wide from, I think, Lee Stevenson there. In fact, it's Louis Briscoe with the man who has his head in his hands. Free kick from James Jennings, flicked on by Geoghegan, brought down by Stevenson. There was a pass in there, and then it might have fallen for Junior Daniel, who got a shot away, and it was just wide of the target, and it's going to be a goal kick for Woking with Seb Brown, the AFC Wimbledon goalkeeper, who's here on loan between the sticks for them. Headed away dominantly by Jennings, but not picked up by Junior Daniel, who's in a more central role at the moment. Cleared easily by Brett Johnson and pumped forward again. Now it's Bradley Bubb to the edge of the Stags box on this near left-hand side, up against Lee Beavers. Beavers selling him a dummy well though, and the ball will trickle out of play for a Stags goal kick, and it will be Alan Marriott who will take it in a second or so. Marriott, who right-footed. Stags left to right, Woking right to left in this one. And what can only be described as a very drab and tame affair as Marriott launches forward, right-footed. It goes towards the halfway line, flicked on. Matt Green looking to try and get on the end of it on the edge of the box. Chapman brings the ball down more near to the halfway line as Stags are forced back. Stevenson with a bit of a turn, doesn't quite find him, and again it's Woking who come forward down this near side. Bradley Bubb in space. Now it's with Kevin Betsy, who's been fouled, and it's another free kick for Woking Football Club, the hosts at Kingfield Stadium tonight. Only one other game in the Blue Square Bet Premier tonight, and that is, of course, Bakersfield versus Lincoln City. We'll bring you the latest on that as and when we can. Less than 15 to go before the break. Full match commentary here on Takeover Radio 106.9 FM. Do stick with us despite the awkwardly poor service tonight. Headed away by the Stags is that free kick. Briscoe on the edge of the Stags box, pumped forward. Matt Green the furthest forward, looks a latch on the end of it, and Green could be through here if he can find some space, but Seb Brown well positioned to pick the loose ball up as Stags consider bringing on, making a change. For me, I'd make a change certainly at half time. Try and freshen things up. It's been very drab and very dire from Stags as a poor back pass from James Jennings nearly sold Alan Marriott adrift with a bouncing ball, but Marriott equally there to get away. Up it goes forward from Alan Marriott. Big ball forward from him, punted forward. Murray looking to try and get on the end of it. 30 from goal, goes wide to that far side, and I think Stags may have a free kick or a throw here. And I think it's going to be a throw. And this is interesting as Adam Chapman picks up the ball. In line with the edge of the penalty box, Geoghegan and Beavers both making their way forward. Adam Chapman with a long throw for the Stags. Have Stags now acquired a third player who can launch it long? The answer is, oh my goodness, yes. It goes in towards the box. Might fall for Briscoe at the back stick. Brings it down. Needs to find Murray. Clip back in. Green with a glancing header. Will it trickle in the back post? Yes, it will. Stags have a goal, but no, the flag's up. It's ruled out against Junior Daniel. The flag is up, so it still remains level. But there, the Stags arguing badly at the far post, and the referee wants to have a word with his assistant here, who is not sure what's to award. The goal at the moment ruled out. Adam Chapman with what can be described as a Geoghegan-esque long throw in towards the mix. It was flicked on from the penalty spot. Louis Briscoe then hooked it forward, left foot ball in towards the back stick, and Junior Daniel with the final touch around a yard or so from goal. The referee and the linesman in deep conversation at the moment. The flag went up immediately, and we're just waiting to see the final outcome here. Stags are protesting furiously, and the referee looks like he will rule that goal out. Is in deep conversation with the linesman at the moment. So clearly the linesman has seen something in there, and it will be for these two to deliberate. If it's given, it will be a very, very strange goal. And he has indeed given the goal. So Stags are 1-0 up on 34 minutes. Stags do get the goal. A very strange decision, but Stags lead all the same. It all came from a long throw, and I think the goal was given to Junior Daniel. I'm not quite sure. We'll get confirmation as and when, and we'll bring you up to date with that. But Stags do have a lead, albeit one in extremely strange circumstances. We're asking questions of who got the final touch. Some saying Junior Daniel, some saying it went in from Louis Briscoe. And we think that it went straight in from Louis Briscoe, but others saying that it was a touch from Junior Daniel, which saw the offside flag go up. But if the referees decided to award the goal, then you presume that it would be given to Louis Briscoe. All the same, Stags lead. It's Woking 0, Stags 1 in the strangest of circumstances with less than 10 to go before half-time. Luke Jones, dominant header forward. Matt Green through on goal, but the offside flag this time is up. And it will be a free kick to Woking. Some huge debates over the goal. We'll get confirmation at half-time for you if we can from those who are better positioned to see it, as Luke Jones heads away that attempted ball forward from Woking. It all came from that man's throw. Adam Chapman with a long one. We break off as Stags come forward. Lee Stevenson rolls it out to one of two potential goal scorers in Louis Briscoe. Now Murray back for Lee Beavers, looking to clip a ball forward again. Stevenson looking to latch onto the end of it. Nods it into a bit of space, looking for Louis Briscoe, but scooped clear once again by Jack Parkinson. Stags need to pick it up inside the midfield. Luke Jones will try and do so, but doesn't get enough on the loose ball. And again, it's Woking who will try and come forward. Played forward from the number 11, Kevin Betsy. And now all of a sudden on this near side, it's an opportunity for a cross from John Nutter. But again, it's away. Stags nod it away through Lee Stevenson, who dropped very deep to collect. Briscoe tries to nod it in a bit of space for himself, but it's picked up by Jack Parkinson. A left-footed cross from deep in towards the box. James Jennings brings it down ahead of Jaden Stockley, and will clear down the left channel, looking for Matt Green. Knocks it into a bit of space for himself, but again, it goes away and goes all the way back to the goalkeeper. It will be launched forward from him. Exeter's Geoghegan away, not down that far side, and it will be a Woking throw over on that far side. Woking 0, Mansfield 1 in the strangest of circumstances. Took a long time to deliberate over that goal, but Stags will take it nonetheless after a fairly tame and shaky start. Woking with probably the better opportunities in the game so far, but it's goals which count. And Alan Marriott has been caught here, and Stags will be worried as they don't have a goalkeeper on the bench. The goal, according to the PA announcer, has now been given to Louis Briscoe. According to the PA announcer here at the Kingfield Stadium, it's at the Kingfield Stadium. It's at the Kingfield Stadium. The goal is given to Louis Briscoe. I do apologise that I keep stopping and starting tonight. It's because that I can't hear myself in my ear, so all I can hear around me is everybody else's conversation, so it's very difficult for me to keep focused tonight. Alan Marriott getting extensive treatment. Stags worried as, of course, they don't have a substitute goalkeeper on the bench, but Lee Stevenson and Lee Beavers will both fancy their chances in goal, so one of the two may take to the field. We'll wait and see. We'll wait and see on that. It's Alan Marriott who is getting extensive treatment. 39 minutes played here at the Kingfield Stadium. There'll be considerable amount of time added on at the end of this first half, as it's still Woking 0, Stags 1. Louis Briscoe credited with the goal on 34 minutes in the strangest and somewhat weirdest of circumstances. Alan Marriott still with extensive treatment. He was caught late by the Woking man of Bradley Bubb, and we just wait here to see what happens as Alan Marriott gets treatment from the physio Simon Murphy. There are 6 minutes left to go before half time. There'll be a considerable amount of time added on at the end, of course, but you can tweet us or you can text us at MCFC Matters or 07804 1566 37. Alan Marriott is back on his feet and will prepare to take the resulting free kick for the Stags, and it will be probably a shaky one from him, as he will look to restart play momentarily. Let's see what Marriott's like now. He's back on his feet and has been patched up. Good strong kick from Marriott up towards over the halfway line, headed back down Stags' throats, and Lee Beavers hashes the clearance, looping in the air, and James Jennings has to clear from the left back position. Back down Mansfield's throats immediately, and again in the midfield, Stags are overrun. It's Kevin Betsy driving forward on the edge of the box. Left-footed effort, tries to test Alan Marriott, but Marriott got down well to his left-hand side to keep out that looping ball. And it'll be Marriott now who will deliver right-footed out of his hands in a second or so. 5 to go before half-time. There'll be a considerable amount added on at the end of the first half, though, as Junior Daniel looks to try and find space on the left-hand side for Stags now. Looks to try and get a cross in. Blocked well, but does get a cross in towards the middle. Overhit, and it's actually hit the roof of the netting. And nestles on top of the net, but it doesn't go into the back of the net, which Stags would have wanted. As it's a goal kick which Seb Brown will take. Right-footed again from him. Luke Jones heads away dominantly this time, but again stabbed straight down the Stags' throats. Against Jones there to head away. Headed forward from the captain Mark Ricketts, and it's Stags who are battling with it now on this near side. Looks to get a ball in towards the middle is Richardson, and all of a sudden there's an opportunity for Sester here inside the box, and he's forced out of play and the ball goes for a Stags goal kick. Again, I do apologise for the very, very poor connection here tonight at Woking Kingfield Stadium. We purchased a brand new bit of software 2 days ago, which we thought would run fine. It's what all the top radio stations use, apparently, but here at the Kingfield Stadium, after numerous tests in the studio and in the office, it's failing to work and failing to get a clear connection. Here is Junior Daniel, right-footed pass towards the edge of the box for Chapman, in towards the feet of Green, looking to try and twist and turn, but a heavy pass from Chapman sees the ball trickle into the grateful keeper's hands. We will try and sort out any problems in for the coming matches. We've got a lot of games coming up Saturday, Tuesday here on in, and of course we'll bring you full match commentary on every single game away from home and regular updates from those at home. Baffles me really that this software doesn't work, because the Ustream software we had prior to buying this new software worked a treat on Saturday, as Chapman rolls a poor pass to Murray. Will cut off as Stags look to come forward. It's Junior Daniel now for Lee Stevenson, charging into a bit of space on the left-hand side. Stevenson in a left-wing role at the moment, looking to try and force his way in towards the area. He's still with the ball at feet, but taking off him at last, as Gahiga makes a good block. Might run for Daniel on the edge of the box, pokes it forward for Chapman. In towards the middle it goes again, but Woking again clear. Briscoe on this near side, looking to twist and turn. Drives down this near side, looking to cut inside past his marker Mike Sester. Sester does enough to block him off, but Beavers in possession now. Down the right channel, ball has stayed in play. No, it's not. It's actually gone out of play for a for a Woking throw. 2 to go before half-time. In the strangest of circumstances, it's Woking 0, Stags 1. Not the best of performances all the best of games to watch, but it's the goals which count. Stags edging their way forward. And of course, if it remains how it is tonight, the Stags will move back up to third place. If they win by 3 clear goals, however, they will move up to that elusive second place, just one behind leaders Wrexham. We'll bring you up to date with that later on. At the moment, it's playoff chasing Macclesfield, who are losing at home to Lincoln City by a goal to nil. I think it was Alan Powell with the goal, a penalty scored by him. So the latest scores are Macclesfield 0, Lincoln 1, and Woking 0. Stags 1 in the Blue Square Bet Premier tonight. So of course, there were other games in the Blue Square Premier last night, but of course, we'll take you through the key results later on in this game. As Stags get a free kick on the halfway line as James Jennings comes to take. I think it is actually Stags left back who comes across to take this free kick on this near side. A minute of normal time remaining in this first half. There'll be a considerable amount added on at the end of the first, I do imagine, as Jennings plays a left-footed free kick in towards the box. Another goal would certainly settle Stags before the break. They lead by a goal to nil. Headed away, Chapman, now wide on the left-hand side, looks to try and deliver, has a long throw on him, and plays the ball off a Woking man out of play for a throw. And Chapman, who set that first goal with a long throw, will take another long throw, and it's probably longer in retrospect to Exeter Cahegan. I think there's going to be 3 minutes added on at the end of this first half. Chapman looping throw in towards the front post. Cahegan with a flick, nodded away this time. Lee Beavers trying to win it back on the edge of the box, can't quite do so, and it's Lee Beavers who judges to have fouled the Woking man, and it's going to be a Stags. It's going to be a free kick for Woking. 3 minutes of time added on at the end of this first period. You're listening to Takeover Radio 106.9 FM, and of course takeover106.co.uk, maybe on mtfcmatters.co.uk. We're not quite sure. I'll certainly be digging out the receipts and what have you and trying to get my money back tomorrow on that, as Lee Stevenson blocks an attempted clearance from Woking, but the ball again trickles out of play for a Woking throw. Of slight chance of yellows trickle up over on that far side. Stags fans, a few of them behind the goal in that all-seated main stand. Most of them though over on that far side in the uncovered terracing area. Say around less than 100 or so travelling supporters here from the Stags tonight, but they've watched on as their side hold a 1-goal lead over Woking in this one. Louis Briscoe's somewhat fluke goal, I guess, giving Stags the lead on 34 minutes after a lot of deliberation from the linesman and the referee over on this near side. Stags again coming away with Junior Daniel over on the halfway line. Clips the ball inside, looking for Matt Green. Good little reverse pass and goes out of play for a Stags throw. I think Chapman's going to leave this one for James Jennings, as it's not really in line with the edge of the penalty area. Jennings looking to try and find Chapman maybe with the ball at feet. Had a quiet debut so far as the Oxford loanee, who has a view to a permanent move in the summer, by the way, if his loan spell goes well. Here's Lee Beavers, central of the park, knocks the ball forward, looking for Lee Stevenson. Louis Briscoe battling well, but again cleared by Woking, and all of a sudden they have opportunity to break. Good splitting pass towards this near side. Luke Jones has to scramble back and scrambles the ball out of play as Jaden Stockley looked to try and burst his way forward. And now it'll be probably a quick throw looking to be taken. It is. Luke Jones has been turned. Adam Murray there trying to defend. Lee Stevenson on the edge of the Stags box wins possession back and plays the ball forward for Junior Daniel. Daniel through the middle. He's got Matt Green in support and gives it to Green wide on the left-hand side. Green has work to do as support arrives through Daniel and Stevenson. Green on the left-hand side looks to try and nip it past his marker, but can't quite do so. Runs into a brick wall almost in the Woking defender, who clears. Next is Keegan, will get it all the way back to Alan Merritt in the Stags goal. Woking 0, Stags 1. Louis Briscoe on 34 minutes in what turned out to be a controversial yet fluke goal, as we've played 2 of the 3 added on at the end of this first half. Up Merritt's ball goes towards Lee Stevenson. Now Green looking to try and find the pass. Gets it wide left to Junior Daniel. Looking to return Green to the left of the box. Can he turn and find a pass once more? On the goal line pretty much. Gets it back to Junior Daniel. Deflects away. Chapman not there to pick up the seconds. And it's Woking who come away again. But Chapman with a good strong challenge as the referee blows his half-time whistle. And it is at half-time Woking 0, Mansfield Town 1. The Stags with a goal on 34 minutes through Louis Briscoe, of course, in what was turned out to be a debated effort. But there you go. Pete, if you are in the studio, please do say hello, and we'll hand over to you for some music for the half-time break, and of course I'll bring you back when the sides come out for the second half. Apologies once again that we're having some technical issues tonight with the coverage in terms of getting it on through our online stream and through our mixer and what have you. Apologies that we are having to do it from a phone line, but at least we have got something at half-time here at the Kingfield Stadium. Pete, I'm going to hand back over to you now. I'll give you a call at the start of the second half when the teams are making their way out onto the pitch. At half-time, it is Woking 0, Mansfield Town 1. Louis Briscoe strikes again. It was a moment of controversy, but hey, it's the goal which stands and the goal which counts. See you in the second half. Welcome back to the Kingfield Stadium in Woking, where the second half is just literally seconds ago got underway. Stags are right to left, Woking are left to right. It's Woking 0, Stags 1 at half-time. We are indeed underway for the second half. In fact, we've played exactly 26 seconds of it as of now. There is the attendance. We'll write that down on our sheet so we know there are 1,179 watching this, with 140 from Mansfield coming down. As Stags are on the attack, looking to try and find a ball in for Matt Green. Junior Daniel picks it up, and now it's in from Chapman towards Stevenson. Away it goes again. Chapman back wide for Murray. Now Beavers. This better start from the Stags in this second half. Beavers a low ball towards Chapman. Curling effort, and it's well saved by the goalkeeper, and it will be a corner. First chance that Adam Chapman's really had to try and influence things there. Clearly, he's done some bonding with his teammates at half-time, because he started the second half very, very brightly, as have the Stags, who have come out the traps flying. Stags have, by the way, Murray, Tingola back full right to left of Beavers, Jones, Gahegan, Jennings, and midfield four of Briscoe, Murray, Chapman, Daniel with Stevenson just behind Green. The subs are Reed, Wright, Meikle, Sutton and Clements. In comes Jennings' corner, it's headed towards goal. Scramble on the line, it's going to be smashed clear. Chapman on the edge of the box, curling effort, and this time he gets way too much on it, and he curls it over the top of the bar. And Stags there may have had a case, because from our position in the commentary box, a fair distance away to our left, that goal where Stags were attacking, that looked like I think it was Luke Jones's header, went actually across the line. But this time, Woking clearing, the referee saying the ball didn't cross the line, and Woking live to fight another day. You sense that another goal may well kill Woking's hope off, but in the first half they battled well, extremely well to be fair to the Cards, and nearly in the end got a goal, and they'll look for one now as they come through the middle again. Stags need to keep up this level of intensity, but need to get the ball forward rather than keep the ball there. Alan Merritt has the ball in his hands. Again, do apologise for the technical issues that we are suffering tonight. You're listening to Takeover Radio 106.9 FM, and of course mtfcmatters.co.uk and takeover106.co.uk. Saying that you can hear me over music at the moment. I'm not quite sure why that is. It's going to be Stags who are scampering back here as Betsy gets the ball in towards the middle. Held up Betsy on the edge of the box now. Goes down, appealing for a penalty. Referee says no. The Woking manager goes absolutely wild, by the way, over on that far side. Stags come away on the attack at the other end. It's Lee Stevenson, 30 from goal, looking to try and find a pass wide left for Junior Daniel, with Lee Stevenson picking up the ball now. Stevenson going forward himself down this left-hand side to Daniel once more. Daniel needs to find a pass. He's found James Jennings. Can Jennings find a cross? Jennings in towards the middle, and it will go behind for a goal kick. Just bear with us a slight second. Do apologise for that. Just in case you could hear us talking at half-time, by the way, do apologise for that. I'm not sure whether you could hear us over the music or what have you. Some saying that you could, some saying that you couldn't. Do apologise for any technical issues that suffered tonight, as you can imagine, and appreciate we are trying to bring full commentary via a phone line, which means we have to keep the phone line active at the break, but commentators who are doing 90 minutes worth of commentary do need a break. We'll break off as Lee Beavers bravely heads back to Alan Murray to head of Kevin Betsy as he looks to try and come forward. I'm going to take the earphone out of my ear actually, as I could actually hear myself talking back in my ear on a delay, so it causes more problems and what have you. Up towards Junior Daniel, that ball goes up towards Matt Green. Green now looking to twist and turn. He try and find a pass. He's found Murray. Murray with the attempted cross-part ball for Briscoe. Heavily hit, and Briscoe has work to do to keep the ball in over on the far side, and subsequently can't do so. And again, it will be a Woking throw over on that far side. It will be now taken by the left-back, John Nutter, formerly of Lincoln City, of course. Long one. Fairly long one down the left-hand side. Nodded forward by Lee Beavers. Picked up by Louis Briscoe. Stroked inside for Murray. Clipped forward for Stevenson. So drop deep to find another pass. Murray again. Back wide for Beavers. Oversold him, but Beavers does well to find a pass towards Louis Briscoe. And in finding that pass, Lee Beavers is in turn fouled. And there will be a Stags free kick over on that far side, which will be taken in a second, presumably by James Jennings, who has gone across from the left-back area. Stags leave just the one back in, Lee Beavers. Paul Cox and Richard Cooper mulling over a substitution at the moment as they send Lyndon Meikle out to warm up. Stags lead by a goal to nil. Jennings' free kick from deep. Up it comes towards the edge of the box. It might fall for Murray. Stabbed away once again. Jennings will try and keep the ball in over on the far side. In fact, he's going to let it go for a Stags throw. Good delivery from James Jennings there. Has some real pace and power on it as he throws the ball now for Lee Beavers. It's his deep cross. Gehegan and Jones have both stayed up from the back as Woking clear once more. So Stags will have to scamper back now. Ball through the middle is intercepted by Chapman. Good quick feet from him and gets the ball moving. Clip through the middle from Matt Green. Excellent pass it was, but headed away. Chapman picks up and drives forward. Chapman looking more lively in the second half. Gets a tug on his shirt, and Stags have a free kick, and the Stags won't complain whatsoever about that. I have to say that in the first half, I thought Adam Chapman was extremely quiet, didn't get involved enough, and just didn't show why he was so highly rated by a number of Football League clubs. But so far in the second half, with 6 minutes, coming up to 7 minutes of it played now, he is certainly showing why he's got that pedigree. Stags look like they've got themselves a real handful of a player, reminiscence of an early Gary Roberts when he arrived. Got a good strike at him, and he stands over this free kick, some 35, maybe 40 from the Stags, from the Woking goal. Steps away from it now as Jennings clips it in. The aim is Jones, nodded down for Adam Murray to rifle one, and it's blocked on the line again, and it's Woking who come clear, and Fluent Football sees them counter-attack now down this near side. Chapman is covering, and Jennings is there as well, and it's Jennings who sweeps it back to Alan Marriott in the Stags goal, and it's Marriott who clears. And again, it's Woking who will head forward, though. Stags get defenders back, and Luke Jones heads away before sliding in to mop up the second ball. But again, it's Woking who pick up over on that far side. Delivered from deep towards this near side, where it's picked up by the front man, Bradley Bubb, but taken off his toes by Jennings. And now Jennings who will clear. Long left-footed ball down this left channel. Green collects well. He needs support from Stevenson. Stevenson takes over and nips down this left channel. Good run by Lee Stevenson, but the Woking man's got it back to the goalkeeper. But a poor clearance from him sees Murray picking up in the midfield. Chapman wants it inside. Now does Briscoe. Briscoe driving forward to the right of the box. Inside it goes for Matt Green. Onto his right foot, curling effort. And well positioned is Seb Brown to keep that ball out. Mansfield in the second half are putting in a much better display in the first and are looking good at the moment. They need a second goal though just to get that confidence boosting once more. They look likely to get it as well. Matt Green coming close there with a good curling effort, and the Stags look a little bit more solid now. Here is Adam Chapman, who skips a challenge of one and then the challenge of another as he goes down the right hand side, launches it down the right looking for Matt Green. Bit of a poor collection from the Woking man, and Green gets it to Louis Briscoe. Head down, driving forward, Louis Briscoe with pace and power, but taking off him at the last as John Nutter gets back to recover. Clip forward down that far left hand side now, headed away by Lee Beavers, but nodded more inside towards Exeter's Gehegan, and it will be Gehegan who will roll the ball forward for Chapman in an anchor man role at the moment. Deep pass again, spraying passes left to right. That's an excellent ball towards Junior Daniel. An equally good take. Daniel driving against his fullback. Can he find a ball in towards the middle? The ball deflects away, but Daniel gets it back. In support is Jennings. Jennings now in possession. He's on the edge of the box. Clip left footed cross in towards the middle. Headed away. Might fall for Louis Briscoe on the far side. Briscoe brings it under control. Head down looking for a cross. Left footed curling effort. Not far over the top of the bar. Tested Seb Brown. He was full stretch to try and keep that out. Didn't get a touch and goes for a goal kick. But Louis Briscoe there with pace, with power, with a tenacity as well, and really looked like he was going to get another goal to add to his tally of score. Of course, scored in the 34th minute of the game with a goal which was, of course, hotly contested by the Woking players, and indeed, it has to be said, the Stags players as well. There's going to be a free kick for the Stags here as well, after Exeter Skowhegan had a push in the back in midway between the edge of the Stags box. As Alan Marriott takes the resulting free kick, nodded forward. Murray from distance, speculative effort, and wide of the mark. Do apologise there, that was a temporary blip in our broadcast. I was actually writing down the minutes for the second half, so we can try and make it sound a little bit more professional, as daft as it sounds. I've just got a little bit sidetracked. I can still hear other people talking over me tonight, but we'll try and bring you the best coverage as we can. We've got the volume up as loud as it can possibly go, as I can try and hear myself back in my ear to try and bring you the best coverage around, even if it is via a phone line. A free kick for Woking over on that far side, over the halfway line, after a foul, I think, by Louis Briscoe in the right wing area, just over the halfway line, just to the side of the centre circle. Everybody forward for Woking, bar two. And the kick taker, of course, left-footed from John Nutter and towards the box. Flicked on, might fall for a man on the edge of the box, but it's Skowhegan who wraps a big boot around it to get it clear. Headed back forward, though, once more by Mark Richards. Headed away by Jones, but not quite gone. Jones again in the air. Specialist clearance from Stevenson. Green down to Junior Daniel, but Daniel didn't want it and ran the wrong side of the ball. And it's again Woking who will look to come away here as one of the two sides prepare to make a change on this near side. I think it's Woking, the hosts, who will do so. Another free kick for Woking here, so we'll bring you up to date with any changes that are made in a second or so. We have played some 55 minutes of this match. It's Woking 0, Mansfield Town 1. Louis Briscoe on 34 minutes with a goal, which is hotly contested. It looks like it's going to be the number 19 of Gavin McCallum that comes on, as the free kick from John Nutter is well held by Alan Marriott. Woking, the Cards here at the Kingfield Stadium, promoted last season from the Blue Square Bet South. They won the league, they won the division's title, and find themselves in the hunt of the playoffs this term. Although the manager, Gary Hill, has just said that the target is 50 points and safety. Achieving a bit more than that so far this term. They've achieved scalps against Newport, Luton and Kidderminster, I'm led to believe. And hopefully, though, Stags won't be one of them, as Green nips in on a defensive mistake, drives forward, needs support, tries to roll it inside for Briscoe, but it's read well once more by Jack Parkinson. Intercepted by Lee Beavers on the halfway line. Beavers in control of it on the right-hand side. Briscoe inside him, but Beavers go for the deep cross in towards Matt Green. I just tried to get on the end of it, but couldn't quite do so in the end. And it's Seb Brown, the goalkeeper, who again picks up. The Stags on the bench have Matt Reed, Nick Wright, Lyndon Meikle, Richie Sutton and Chris Clements, by the way, for this one. So Jamie Tolley, after making a reappearance on Saturday, is dropped from the bench as Stags concede another free kick over the halfway line. It's their 10th foul of the game. James Jennings this time, the man who made the foul, and the Woking man who looked to surge away down this near side in Bradley Bubb. And it is substitution time now for Woking, with 13 minutes of the second half played. So I make that 57 minutes on the clock. It's going to be the number 19 who comes on, and the number 3 who goes off. So it is indeed Gavin McCallum that comes on, and the number 3, Mike Sester, who goes off. Stags prepare Matt Reed, maybe. He, of course, fathering a second child. His partner gave birth yesterday, so we're led to believe from Matt Reed's Facebook earlier. So from all at Takeover Radio and, of course, Mansfield Matters, a big congratulations to the big front man and his partner Laurie, as Woking concede another free kick inside the Mansfield box this time around. So Alan Marriott will have an opportunity to launch a ball forward with his right boot. He'll look to try and find James Jennings, maybe Adam Chapman, who looks a bit Gary Roberts-esque in terms of stature, in terms of play as well. As Marriott's ball comes towards this near side to try and find Junior Daniel, and the referee has just awarded the Stags another free kick after a foul from Woking, and then he's chosen to overturn the decision and give it and give it Woking instead. So he's made a mess of my sheet, and it will be I think Lyndon Meikle is maybe preparing to come on here for the Stags as well, just getting changed inside the dugout as Lee Beavers heads away that free kick. Louis Briscoe trying to bring Beavers headed down and slams the ball down the right channel, and Matt Green has got pace and power, but can he latch onto it? Green to the right of the box, was he tripped? No. Seb Brown makes himself big. Green has rounded the keeper, but Brown has somehow managed to turn the ball behind for a corner. If Green hadn't have slipped there, then Mansfield, in my money, would have been clearly in, and Green's cutback would have been slammed home in the centre of the goal. We've played an hour. Mansfield prepare for their 6th corner of the evening as James Jennings trots across that far side as Lyndon Meikle gets incentive instructions from Richard Cooper and Andy Todd in the dugout. Meikle reading some paperwork and some instructions of what Todd and Cox want from the lively wide man. Maybe replacing Briscoe or Daniel for a bit more pace down either side. Stags lead by a goal to 0. Louis Briscoe on 34 minutes with what can only be described as a fluke and hotly contested effort. Here's Jennings' corner, and it comes towards Luke Jones. Flick towards goal from the front post, but over the top of the bar and out of play for a goal kick. Jones, we are adamant really that had a goal cleared off the line, which in our opinion crossed the line early on in the second half and wasn't given by the referee. But I guess that's sod's law for you, isn't it? One which is clearly in is probably not given, when one which is suspectly given maybe didn't cross the line. We'll get confirmation on the video highlights and what have you later on. So then Meikle puts his shirt on over his skin-tight top now. Meikle 7 is the name and number about to be introduced for Mansfield Town with just over an hour played. Gehegan heading away a long ball. Green collecting, looking to try and find a pass. Can't quite do so. And it's Woking who come away again. But Gehegan's big boot there. And now furthest forward for the Stags is Junior Daniel. He's got pace to get past his marker. Daniel inside the box, taken off his toes by the back rushing captain Mark Ricketts. And as the ball goes out of play, Lyndon Meikle stands on his feet and now is probably about to be introduced once more. Makes himself available to the 4th official who will carry out his checks. I think Stags are going to go for this throw though first and foremost before they do introduce the live wire winger. And again it's Adam Chapman who will take another long one from the Oxford loanee. In line with the edge of the penalty box, away to our left. Chapman disappears from our view and goes a long, long way back. This will be launched in, and this will be long. Gehegan, Jones, both up there. Green the target as well. In it comes towards Gehegan. It might fall for Jones. Free ball inside the box. Murray trying to get a shot away. Pokes it forward. Can Murray get the ball out of his feet? No, he can't. Might run for Daniel. Clip back in towards the far side. Briscoe volleys it back in towards the middle with a cross, and it will deflect away. Briscoe wins it back there on the edge of the box. Was he fouled? No, he wasn't. It's taken off his toes well. And Woking come away down that far side, trying to see the numbers through the Perspex glass. I think it's going to be a straight swap in Lyndon Meikle for Louis Briscoe, which of course we did predict moments or so ago. You're locked into Takeover Radio 106.9 FM. My express thanks to Peter Harlop again for getting us on here once again tonight with our connections issues, meaning our usual stream couldn't be used. Apologies, of course, to those of you at home that are maybe having a few difficulties hearing the coverage tonight. We'll try and get the best position of the phone microphone as we can as Chapman heads forward looking for Green. Again, it's taken off Green's toes and launched forward from Woking. Gehegan the furthest back from the Stags. He has to be quick with this. Oh, it's a poor one from him, and it's picked up from McCullum now, who has an opportunity to drive forward. He skipped the challenge of Gehegan. Left-footed drive, well wide of the Stags' goal, but a clear error at the heart of the Stags' defence. A very poor attempted clearance by Gehegan, who gets an absolute rollicking from Paul Cox, as Lyndon Meikle now comes on to replace the Stags' goal scorer, Louis Briscoe. We've played some 18 minutes of the second half. So on 63 minutes, Lyndon Meikle comes on to replace Louis Briscoe. The Stags' first change of the night. The remaining substitutes are, of course, Matt Reed, Nick Wright, Richie Sutton and Chris Clements. Lyndon Meikle goes straight across to that right-hand side as the Stags hammer it forward through Adam Murray. Green holding well. Inside it goes for Chapman, bursting his way forward. Needs to skip one challenge and then two. Plays a good ball out wide for Lee Stevenson, who's now blocked from our view. Stevenson clips it into the box, looking for Junior Daniel or Matt Green. Chapman again trying to get on the end of it on the edge of the box. Can't do so. Headed away. Murray will try and pick it on the midfield now. Gehegan stomps forward and does well to put off the striker of Bradley Bubb. Now Murray on the halfway line, rolls the ball in front of him, looking for a deep ball. The target is Junior Daniel. Excellent pass. Junior Daniel just couldn't bring the ball under control. If only he'd have had a bit of time and just had a look around him to see he wasn't that well marked, he could have brought that that one down and stroked it home. But an excellent pass all the same from Adam Murray. Woking coming away. Geoghegan with a clear foul there, and there's going to be a yellow card for Exeter Geoghegan, who used his body weight to push the on-rushing Bradley Bubb to the ground. So the Stags have their first player going into the book with some 65 on the clock. It's Exeter Geoghegan who gets a yellow card. Of course, hasn't really played since January, of course. Clipped in towards the middle though from Woking. Snapshot, and it's not far wide of the Stags' goal. Stags really need another goal. That was a momentary lapse of concentration from the Stags. A deep free kick in towards the box, and a snapshot of the far post from Jaden Stockley, the number 25, which was just curling wide of Marriott's goal. Geoghegan, by the way, has yet to be booked post-January, so that was his first one of the season. Louis Briscoe, by the way, I'm sure he's feeling the cold now, as he's just put an ice pack all the way down his pants. So Louis Briscoe gets the chill factor. I'm sure he'll take the pain, because it'll be softened by the sweetness of that goal, which gives Stags the lead so far. Geoghegan again sloppy at the heart of the Stags defence, but gets away with it as he is awarded a free kick now for a foul, and there's going to be a yellow card here for the Woking man as well, which is number 9 Bradley Bubb, coming on 66 minutes. Woking's number 9 gets his name taken for arguing back to the referee, and I think the Woking manager needs to be careful here as well. The manager needs to be careful as well in Gary Hill, because he's shouted a lot of abuse at the fourth official in the last couple of minutes or so, and the fourth official hasn't taken to it kindly as Murray pumps the ball into the Stags box, into the Woking box. Meikle heads it forward. Stevenson with a cushioned header looking for Green. Slammed away again. Beavers doesn't win it this time on the halfway line. Geoghegan steps up. Woking with the ball. Long one lofted over the top. Excellent pass. Jaden Stockley over on that far left hand side, looking to try and drive against Lee Beavers. Beavers going all the way with him though, and doing well, but Stockley still in possession. Pass is blocked off by Murray. Long ball himself down the right channel looking for Green. Nodded away. Stevenson there looking to try and nip in and win the possession back, but can't do so as Woking sweep it away. Junior Daniel with a heavy challenge, but in my opinion, I don't really think he could got out of the way of that, and the referee is going to get card happy here and book Junior Daniel, and that's a bit of a poor decision from me, in my opinion, as we've played now 68 of this game. It's Junior Daniel who gets his name taken. So yellow card for the Lively Stags. The Lively Stags winner, Junior Daniel. That's now his third booking post-Christmas, so 2 away from a booking. An opportunity now for Woking to swing a free kick in towards the mix. It's the substitute McCallum who takes good delivery in towards the mix. Not quite gone. Daniel needs to scoop it away. Woking appealing for a penalty, and it's given. Junior Daniel, the man just to have fouled. Daniel having just been booked. His evening could get worse. He could be given his marching order. He's been called over by the referee. He was booked seconds ago for conceding that free kick, but he's not been booked this time. But it's a penalty for Woking with 68 minutes played, and it's an opportunity now for Woking to get back in this game. I think it's going to be the number 9 Bradley Bubb to take it. Can't quite see, just waiting for him to turn his back. It's either him or Kevin Betsy. It is indeed the number 9 of Bradley Bubb, who got booked moments ago. Stags lead by a goal to nil, but a penalty for Woking away to our right, taken by Bradley Bubb after a foul by Junior Daniel. Could get the cards back in the game. Bubb against Marriott, and Marriott, squirmed underneath him. It's one apiece. With it's 67 on the clock. It's 1-1, and it's Woking's number 9, Bradley Bubb, who scores with a spot kick. 67 on the clock, and it's now Woking 1, Mansfield Town 1. Bradley Bubb with a penalty kick against Alan Marriott, the number 9. The number 9 for Woking, Bradley Bubb, stroking home underneath Alan Marriott. Paul Cox is not happy with something he's seen. He's called the referee over here, having a long... He's having a long conversation with the referee, and the fourth official wasn't happy with that penalty decision given as it stands again. Stags have been excellent since the start of the second half, but have work to do now. As Lee Beavers launches long, looking for Green, headed away, might fall for Stevenson. Hefty challenge from him, and it's a free kick awarded for Woking. Time for Matt Reid, I believe, in my opinion. Time to go 4-4-2, straight 4-4-2, big man up front. He'll make it difficult for the Woking defence to deal with. Remaining substitutes, of course, Matt Reid, Nick Wright, Richard Sutton and Chris Clements. I think this is the time for either Matt Reid or Nick Wright. Reid, who looks tired after introducing his second child into the world last night, jogs off down the touchline. I think he will be prepared to come on. As Marriott launches forward again out of his hands. He conceding that penalty to Bradley Bull. Green can't find the flick on. Headed away, but Chapman nods it wide for the advancing Lee Beavers. Beavers over the halfway line, strokes it forward for Lyndon Meikle, who's marked well. Might run back for Lee Beavers. It goes out of play for a throw. Taken quickly by Beavers, long down the right channel, looking for Green to hold it up. Green knocks it wide for Lyndon Meikle. Ball's gone out of play, though, for a Woking throw. So this, for all the Stags pressure that they're applying, it doesn't quite come off. 60... we've played some 71 minutes of this match. It's Woking 1, Stags 1 at MTFC Matters on Twitter. Or you can text us 07804 15 66 37 if you wish to do so this evening. Do apologies that we've got a bit of a poor connection here this evening and maybe a little bit of a poor sound as well, but we would do our best to bring you full match commentary on each and every away game the Stags play, whether it be in pre-season, in a cup or in the league. You bet your bottom dollar that we will be there. As Stags now defend the throw down that left-hand side from Woking. From the halfway line, it goes into the Stags box, and Alan Marriott is there to mop that one up. And it's again Marriott with the ball in his hands. Reid has sat back down now, I think. No, in fact, he's still in the corner flag with Nick Wright. Marriott launches forward, needs to try and find Junior Daniel. Good flick from Daniel. Green can't quite bring it under control though, and it will be cleared by Woking once again. Murray will try and scamper to win it back on the halfway line and clips it inside, looking for Chapman. Steps across his man well. That's an excellent challenge from Chapman, and Stags get a free kick. And usually you have to say that it's usually Stags who get decisions like that turned against him, but that time round, Chapman, the Stags midfielder, gets a free kick despite using his full body weight to win possession back. Jennings will deliver from just over the halfway line. Left footed ball in. Jones is the target again. Nods it in towards the middle. Headed away. Might fall for Lyndon Meikle. Nods it back in towards the mix. Gehegan up there. Headed away once again. Meikle and Daniel both scrambling back now. Meikle gets a foot to it. Daniel now knocks it inside for Chapman. Clip forward through the middle. The big X knocks it down. Knocks it wide. Looking for Jones. Nods it down. Looking for Green. Can Stag get this ball on the floor? Green twisting and turning. Can't find a pass. Murray scoops it wide for Lyndon Meikle. Can this be the one? As Meikle delivers, but he's overhit it, and he's got far too much underneath it, and it goes out of play. And even out of the state, it's gone out of play into the stands for a goal kick. 27 of the second half gone, 72 minutes played. It's Woking 1, Mansfield Town 1. Louis Briscoe on 34 minutes before. On 67, Bradley Bubb stroked home a penalty underneath Alan Marriott. Both goals coming away to our right. The Woking boss Hill is not happy with something he's seen and constantly chews the ear of his assistant and indeed the fourth official. But in turn, Paul Cox not happy either. So maybe both managers aggrieved with the referee tonight as Lyndon Meikle tries to find Matt Green. Gets it wide again for Lyndon Meikle on the return. Dancing his way forward. Meikle's got men to beat and he's blocked off well. And it goes out of play for a Stags. So Stags, for me, need to get Reid on sooner rather than later because that power, that toughness up front is the one that Stags certainly need, as Lee Beavers has the ball at feet. Drill crossing towards the middle, flicks into the air, poor clearance. This is going to go for a corner by any stretch of the imagination, is it? No, stabbed away, and it will be cleared by Woking. Stags will try and pick it up on the halfway line, but can't quite do so. Reid is preparing to come on now as the ball goes out of play for a Stags throw. Just waiting to see what Stags do, as Matt Reid will look to bring on. Matt Reid will look to come on for the Stags in a second or so. It's a Stags throw on the halfway line, which Lee Beavers will take. Be a long one down the right-hand side. It's a good one flicked on towards Lyndon Meikle, but again it's gone out of play for a throw. I think Nick Wright also potentially in the thoughts of Paul Cox as well. Just waiting to see what happens. Both sat down at the moment, but the paperwork is being processed as per. You hear me say that every week, of course. Not just a case of saying, here's your shirt, son, on you go. A lot of paperwork has to be done. Usually Andy Todd is the man to do it. A foul in the centre circle made by Adam Chapman, and I think Adam Chapman has just gone into the book as well. 75 minutes gone. It's Chapman who gets a yellow card for a foul made in the centre circle. So it's a Woking free kick. We have played 75 minutes of this. As Matt Reid is about to come on for the Stags, most probably replacing Lee Stevenson, and Stags going a flat 4-4-2. But at the moment, they've got to concentrate on defending. It's one apiece. This game could go any way. Free kick towards the Stags box, headed away by Jones. Meikle on the edge of the Stags box will try and clear. Now stabbed away by James Jennings, up towards Greenberg, who's backing towards the Mansfield box. Dominant header from Jones, flicked on by Stevenson. Murray now, can he get it wide for the on-rushing junior Daniel? Splitting past Adam Murray. Daniel's got the pace, but can he keep the ball in play? He's marked tightly down this near side. He's turned past his fullback Newton. Daniel in towards the middle, but stabbed away again by Woking. Should be picked up by James Jennings, got a man on his shoulder, and it goes inside for Chapman, looking to try and pull the strings, clip ball in, looking for Green, nodded away again. Murray on the edge of the box to try and win it, can't do so, and again it's going to be a Stags free kick, and that substitution will be taking place any second now. We have played some 76 minutes of this game, and it's going to be Matt Reid who comes on, and indeed do believe Lee Stevenson, the man who will make way. So almost a straight shot where Lee Stags will now drop into a flat 4-4-2 rather than the 4-4-1-1 with Reid supporting Green up top. That's a good substitution for me. That shows Paul Cox's intent to go and win this fixture. And that's certainly a pleasing one. Reid will try and get on the end of this resulting free kick. This is in striking distance, some 25-30 from the Woking goal. Dead central, Adam Chapman and James Jennings standing over it. There are three in the Woking wall. Will it be a clip cross in towards Reid, or will this be a shot? We have played, as I say, some 76 minutes, rolling on to 77. Chapman is going to be the one to step up. Right footer curling over the wall, takes deflection and wide for a corner. Good hit from Chapman. Got a good set play on him. And Mansfield get their 7th corner of the night. First chance for Matt Reid to try and power forward. So now Woking's defence of Egan, Matt Reid and Luke Jones to contend with. James Jennings takes the corner. Just one staying back for the Stags. That's Lee Beavers inside the centre circle. Chapman and Meikle on the edge of the box. Jennings, left footed in swing, in towards the mix, headed towards goal, it's in! Stags have the goal, it's the Big Daddy who scored it! Luke Jones is there! Luke Jones turns away, and it is Luke Jones who gets the goal! Jonah Barker again scores. He had one which was suspiciously cleared off the line at the start of the first half, and then with a dominant climb rose home to head home James Jennings' corner minutes after Matt Reid had come on to replace Lee Stevenson on 77 minutes. It's 2-1, and it is Luke Jones who heads home. So Stags back in the lead and back in the points as well. Jones deserves that. He's been excellent for me as well tonight, and it really does deserve that goal. And you have to say, you have to credit Matt Reid as well in that, because Reid's part in that corner really did catch Woking unawares. It was his decoy. It was his decoy and run which allowed Jones to nip into that space and thunder that header home right into the postage stamp, into the top corner beyond Seb Brown, who clears the ball now as we're back underway. On the halfway line, it's not won by Chapman, it's picked up by Parkinson, clipped over the top, but Geoghegan wins it back into the feet of Chapman. Turns well, not once but twice, to Murray, his former Oxford teammate. Great ball from Adam Murray to Junior Daniel on this left-hand side. First time delivery in towards the mix. Green was lurking and stabbed away again. For I think it's going to be a throw rather than a corner down this side, and Paul Cox is signalling, I think, to Nick Wright here maybe to come on and have the last throw of the dice. It's Woking 1, Stags 2. Come on you Stags, 3 points please into the text which we've had in on 07 804 1566 37. That's the number if you wish to get in touch with the show tonight. It's going to be this time I think it's going to be Jennings who will take the throw. Short to the edge of the area for Matt Green. Trickles behind. Is it a corner or a goal kick? The linesman over on that far side says goal kick. Nick Wright and Richie Sutton have both sat down. Whether Richie Sutton will be brought on to try and just shut up shop, I think. I don't know. But there's still plenty of football still to be played in this game. Luke Jones's dominant header, putting Mansfield back in the lead after Louis Briscoe opened the scoring on 34 before Woking levelled on 67 through a Bradley Bob penalty. Free kick for Woking here, and no card this time. I think the Stags are probably playing it dangerous now with the amount of players they have on cards at the moment. Junior Daniel, Exeter and Adam Chapman. Clip forward now from Woking after that free kick was taken short. Headed away by James Jennings. Junior Daniel dropping back to try and defend. Jennings again to nip in. Keeps the ball in play and then slams the ball out of play. Just wondering as to where it went, and it eventually looped to the side of the stand. The new ball is given as Woking get the ball inside. They've turned past Chapman, and Chapman scampers back to try and turn him. Good cross from deep. Stags need to deal with it. Headed away. Beavers there to slam clear. Volleyed clearance from him. Up towards Matt Green, but the ball will run out of play for a throw over on that far side to Woking. We have played some 80 minutes of this game. 10 minutes left to go. Nick Wright preparing to come on, maybe for Matt Green or even Junior Daniel in the last 10 minutes. Deep cross from the fullback, Adam Newton of Woking, towards the back stick. Still not gone. It's inside the Mansfield box. Opportunity to get a shot away was Jaden Stockley, but as the ball broke down, there was a pull on the Stags man's back, and it will be a Stags free kick. As Nick Wright I think it looks like he's going to be replacing Matt Green in attack rather than Junior Daniel. Marriott will take this resulting free kick for the Stags. Less than 10 minutes to go. Woking 1, Stags 2. You're locked in to Takeover Radio 106.9 FM, bringing the latest on the Stags all across Ashfield tonight and around the world on the TuneIn Radio app. That's takeover106.co.uk. Very poor clearance from Joe McNerney there of Woking. See Stags going to throw on this near side, in line with the edge of the penalty box, but again it's going to be James Jennings rather than Adam Chapman who takes. Richie Sutton sits down. Of course he can't come on now as Nick Wright does prepare to enter the fray for the Stags momentarily. Looks like he'll be replacing probably Junior Daniel or Matt Green. One of the two would be my guess. The ball from that throw, by the way, trickles out of play for a Woking goal kick. 81st minute now, as I presume Stags will make the substitution at the next breaking play, and the next one where they are on the attack. No, they're gonna make it now actually, before that goal kick can be taken. So Nick Wright is going to be replaced by Matt Green. Green looks a little bit disappointed, to be fair, but he can be pleased with his efforts tonight. I think he's ran well. He's been quite pacey as the number 22 number 17 Adam Franks prepares to come on for Woking as well. Plays some 81 minutes when that 82 minutes when that sub was made, and now there will be another change here for Woking. They will bring on their number 17. It will be Francis who comes on, and it will be with 83 played. It will be just trying to catch a glimpse of who went off. Not quite sure who it was that went off, as Geoghegan launches a long, colossus long throw down the far side. The number 26, by the way, of John Nutter was the one replaced. Free kick for Woking here. Long one from Seb Brown, maybe, as we approach the last 5 minutes. It's Woking 1, Stags 2. Geoghegan nods away. Picked up by Matt Reed. No, it's not. Pumped back in towards the Stags box. But Adam Murray there defending well. His clearance is closed down, but Murray will get a second bite of the cherry and launches it along with a volley clearance over the top. It's Macclesfield who have come from behind to take the lead against Lincoln tonight in the only other game in the Blue Square Bet Premier. Matthew Barnes-Homer getting the decisive goal after Scott Garner scored an own goal, former Stags defender. So it's now Macclesfield 2, Lincoln 1. Same scoreline here, but it's Woking 1, Mansfield 2. So the MTFC is doing well tonight as Alan Marriott launched another ball out of his hands. Big ball forward from him, flicked on by Reed, but headed away by Woking. Picked up by Jones on the halfway line, then scooped forward by Chapman, looking for Nick Wright to give chase. Seb Brown there to hold on. Coming up to the 85th minute mark now, as it's again launch forward from Seb Brown. Woking will fight to the death in this one to try and get a point in this game. Beavers clears. Now Meikle inside. Murray will pick it up in the midfield. It's time to start thinking about our man of the match, and Murray may well be a contender. Murray, cross-pot ball. Oh, excellent pass. His vision's been excellent tonight, but Lyndon Meikle so unlucky to not keep that one in. In the second half, I think, rather than the first, I think he had a poor first half, but a lot better second half, and so was Chapman. I think the whole performance as a whole, to be fair, as in the second half, has definitely improved from the first. As Nick Wright nods the ball and looking for Matt Reed's run. Ball will trickle out of play though for a goal kick. A late challenge from Matt Reed there on the defender, and Matt Reed could be in trouble here. There's going to be a card coming out for Reed maybe in a second or so. It was a late challenge on the Woking man. He clattered him into the boardings, and Matt Reed, the Stag substitute, who used his force to try and close him down, is about to be cautioned by the match referee. Moving in as we move into the 85th minute. He does get a yellow card. So 85 minutes, it's Matt Reed who gets a booking. As there are 5 minutes plus any additional time left to go. As the goalkeeper, Seb Brown, will again take the resulting free kick. Nodded forward by Jones, and then Meikle on the right-hand side couldn't quite get there. Away it goes again. Now to play for a Stags throw down that far side. The hosts considering another sub maybe, but as the game moves later, I think they'll be content with what they've got so far this evening. I hope that you're still picking us up loud and clear. You're listening to Takeover Radio 106.9 FM, and of course on takeover106.co.uk. Maybe on mtfcmatters.co.uk as well. I do apologise if you could hear us at half-time. The referee just talking to a group of players at the moment. Is not happy that something is seen. There might be a bounce up or something in a second. Wait and see. No, he's going to let the play go on with a Stags throw in the halfway line. Lee Beavers launched it long, looking for Reed, pushing the back made by Matt Reed. Sees Woking get a free kick. Might help if I actually turn the pen to actually work as Woking prepare their third and final change, as number 22 George Frith looks to enter the fray in a second or so. Flick on from that ball forward from Seb Brown, and Alan Marriott, Seb Brown's opposite number there to collect, and bit of a stoppage in play here, as I think Adam Murray down injured here. Could be okay. Might be Lyndon Meikle. I'm not quite. Can't quite see who it is. There's a crowd of players. It's Lee Beavers again. I do apologise. It's I say Lee Beavers again, but he seems to be always the one that gets injured. But he gets knocked down, and to quote the infamous song, "Boy, does he get up again!" As Woking prepare a third and final change as we move in to the final 3 minutes. It's going to be. It's going to be number 2, Adam Newton, who goes off, and number 22, George Firth, who comes on. 3 minutes by my watch, maybe less, left to go, plus any additional time for Stags to hold out. It's Woking 1, Stags 2, goals from Louis Briscoe and Luke Jones, either side of a penalty from Bradley Bubb, giving the Stags the lead at the moment. They will move up to third place due to goal difference. Matt Reed was pushed in the back there, and the referee let it go. Ball runs out of play for a Stags throw though. James Jennings will be in no rush, considerable rush to take it anyway, as he will now, as Paul Cox vents his frustration. Oh, hello. Gahegan's picked the ball up for the second time this evening, and from the halfway line it goes pretty much to the edge of the box. It's picked up by Nick Wright. Was he fouled there? The referee says no. And again, it's Woking who come away, but Murray nips in well to win the ball. Sends it wide for Junior Daniel. Slips it inside, looking for the advancing Nick Wright, but the ball will trickle out of play for a goal kick. Our man of the match, I think it's got to be the one, the only, the man who potentially, touch wood, has won this game for Mansfield Town tonight. Stags number 5, Luke Jones, who's been outstanding in both boxes. Good in the air, had a bit of a shaky first half, as did all of the side, but in both boxes he's been a particular threat, and he could have had a couple of goals to his name tonight, and really does deserve another man of the match award. Woking throw on that far side, 1.5 minutes left to go. It's a long one in towards the Stags box, and it's Adam Murray, it's Lyndon Meikle this time who heads away. Working back forward, Lee Beavers defending it well and trying to block off the Woking man. And the Woking man has been judged to have pulled Lee Beavers' shirt, so there will be a Stags free kick. We're into the 90th minute here on Takeover Radio 106.9 FM, and of course mcfcmatters.co.uk and takeover106.co.uk. There will be 4 minutes of additional time added on according to the fourth officials board. It will be Marriott now who launches forward right-footed. It goes, flicked on by Reid, up into the air by Wright, brings it down well. Have Stags lost something since Green went off? There is no so far, but ball now does trickle away and go for a throw down that far side. Long one from Woking again, headed away by our man of the match tonight, Luke Jones, out of play for another Woking throw. We're into the we'll be into the first of the added on minutes in the second or so as the fourth official walks to the centre of the pitch to hold that ball aloft. Woking in possession on the left hand side, clip forward, Lee Beavers defending well, but Woking still have space to come away. Ball trickles behind for a goal kick. 4 minutes of time are added at the end of this match, and so it will be Alan Marriott who will take his time over on this this goal kick. 4 minutes of additional time. Woking 1, Stags 2. This is Takeover Radio 106.9 FM. Are Stags on course for yet another win as they search for their sixth consecutive win, and as many win and their 10th win in 11 outings. Stags will have a free kick here, just over the halfway line, which James Jennings will take. Stags looking to make it 6 wins from 6. And the last 4 have all been by a single goal margin. This could be the 5th in a row. It's up from Jennings towards Reid on the edge of the box. Holds it well down this left-hand side, looking to try and play a ball back inside. Looking for some support, given away though. Chapman tries to snap his way in, but can't do so. And on the halfway line, it's Luke Jones who stabs the ball away. Now Jennings, through the middle it goes. Nick Wright looking to bring it down. Can he get it under control inside the box? It's judged to have fouled his man. And again, it will be a Woking free kick. We're into the second of those 4 minutes added on here at the Kingfield Stadium, where it's Woking 1, Mansfield Town 2, as the title hunt continues. 2 more goals, the Stags would move up to second, but tonight, because of goal difference, it is only third that they'll have to settle for. But back to where they were after Saturday, and a comfortable place to be in with some crunch games coming up in the next week or so. There'll be a throw here for Woking. Jack Parkinson looks to try and take a long one. In it goes towards the middle, headed away, stabbed clear by Lee Beavers, but not far enough. It'll be Chapman now who will try and close it down, but again it's Parkinson, left-footed delivery in towards the mix, headed away by Beavers. Good dominant header. Stags need somebody to pick this up as Woking fight for a point at the death. The ball inside now for the goal scorer, Bub. Across it comes to Parkinson on this near side. Opportunity again. Clip cross in towards the middle. Jones there to head away. Stags need somebody on that second ball. They're not closing it down enough as it comes back in towards the box. Flicked in towards the middle. Headed away this time by Jennings. Now Murray. Was he fouled on the edge of the box? The referee says no. It's Woking still in possession over on that far side. The player ball now back towards the substitute of Firth. In it comes towards the middle. Alan Marriott there to pluck the ball out of the air and hold on with the tightest of grips. 1.5 minutes remaining. Woking 1, Stags 2, but Woking are pushing and Woking are pressuring very, very much so. Another ugly win, but another 3 points and still a contention for promotion as Marriott's ball forward sees Matt Reid get flattened. Stags will have another free kick. I agree. It's not been the best performance in the first half, but in the second I thought the Stags stepped it up at least a gear, and at the start of the second half could have put this game beyond any real doubt. But it was just a conviction in the finishing and what have you, which saw things maybe go astray. Stags free kick. Matt Reid wanting a card to be brought out for the foul that was made on him, but not given. And Stags now will have a free kick, which Adam Murray and James Jennings stand over. Murray wants to put it in the corner, as does Jennings, and it's Jennings who clips it in towards the corner for Matt Reid to try and hold up. Stags will try and run the clock down, and Matt Reid is being tightly marked here, and wins Stags a throw. And in fact, no, it's going to be given Woking's way. I make that time up now, so any time now the whistle will be blown as Murray flips forward again as Woking try and clear. Nick Wright gives chase to the left of the area, will try and latch onto it. He's pushed over, barged into the hoardings. The referee says play on. He ordered a free kick when Matt Reed did that to the Woking defender. It's gone out of play for a goal kick actually, and it will be Seb Brown who will take it. I make that 49 minutes of the second half played as Seb Brown launches forward. There's the full-time whistle. Stags make it 6 wins from 6 and 10 wins from 11 matches. The Stags' great, excellent form continues. Yes, it was a bit of a scrappy one in the first half, but Stags stepped it up again in the second half, and despite being pegged back on 67 minutes when Bradley Bubb tucked home a penalty following Junior Daniels' foul, Luke Jones headed in what proved to be the eventual winner on 77, just 10 minutes after Woking levelled the game. Stags deserve the 3 points, and they head into Saturday's game with Stockport in confident mood again. And with Adam Chapman now looking to blend in with his surroundings, hopefully it could be the start of another good run, and one in which the Stags surge towards the title. Stags move up into third place because of goal difference. Macclesfield, I believe, have won at Lincoln tonight. Results from last night, in case you missed them earlier in the show, was Wrexham 4, Ebbsfleet 1. These are the games that mattered. It was Gateshead 2, Kidderminster 0, played at York City. Hereford 2, Newport 3, Forest Green 0, Grimsby 1. And of course, for Luton, it was Nuneaton 0, Luton 0. Many of the teams playing each other last night. Stags, because of tonight's 3 points, move up into third place. So Newport and Grimsby move down respectively. So the table reads as follows. It's Wrexham top on 68 points, Kidderminster second on 65, Stags breathing down their necks also on 65 points, but only in third on goal difference. If they would have won by 3 goals tonight, they would have gone second. Alas, it's only third. By my maths, that will make it Newport in fourth, Grimsby in fifth, Forest Green sixth, then outside the playoffs, along with Forest Green, it's Luton, Hereford, Macclesfield and Woking. Stags on Saturday play host to Stockport County. 3 o'clock kickoff, regular updates with build-up starting at 2. I promise to try and do my hardest to try and sort these connections issues out, and once again I profoundly apologise for any issues and any trouble that was had on the show tonight. I've been Craig Priest, live from the Kingfield Stadium. It's finished. Woking 1, Mansfield Town 2, and there's been something kicking off here at the ground as some of the players are rushing out into the car park here to try and calm things down. Not quite sure what that was, but what we'll do is we'll hand things over. Junior Daniel signalling to John Dempsey, who was watching on there, that there was a few of the Woking players trying to scrap with the Mansfield players in the dugout. But we'll let that continue. Frustrations boiling over as Woking lose this game. Stags, though, the important thing is they who pick up 3 points. Full time here from the Kingfield Stadium. Peter, I'm going to hand back to you for music. It's finished. Woking 1, Stags 2. Join me on Saturday from 2 as the Stags play host to Stockport County. Good night.